So imagine finding like an ancient recipe, but instead of baking bread, it's a formula for overriding human limitations.
Yeah, that's a wild concept, but that's exactly what we're looking at today.
Right. We're unpacking an excerpt from the May 29th daily devotional, Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris.
And this material focuses on three highly specific words that, well, they constantly show up together in ancient writings: grace, mercy, and peace.
Which begs the question, right? What does the source actually say these words mean for your daily life and for your natural abilities?
Well, if you look at the ancient apostolic letters, these words aren't just, thrown in as a polite sign-off.
Like a casual best wishes at the end of an email.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The text actually presents them as a highly intentional sequence. The authors explicitly pronounce grace, mercy, and peace upon the reader, treating it almost like a blueprint for living beyond normal capacity.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because it's like a specific recipe where these three ingredients always go together in the exact same order. But why does grace always come first?
That's a great question.
I mean, if I'm writing a letter to you, wishing you peace first just makes a lot more sense intuitively.
You'd think so, yeah. But according to the text, grace is the catalyst.
Yeah.
You really can't just skip to the end result.
Oh, really? So it's a strict step-by-step thing.
Exactly. The source outlines this strict causality.
Right.
It says that when grace locates a person, mercy naturally follows right behind it. And then the interaction of those two elements is what actually produces peace.
Wait, so peace is like the byproduct?
Yeah, the text connects experiencing peace directly to standing in grace first. Basically, you physically cannot get the peace without the grace triggering the chain reaction.
That actually brings up a huge question about the Noah story that the text uses as an example.
Right, the global flood story.
Yeah. The text points out that Noah, quote-unquote, found grace in God's eyes right before the judgment. But, I mean, to a modern reader, finding grace sounds incredibly passive.
Oh, absolutely. It sounds like he
It's
just...
like he just got lucky and avoided the flood. Right. How does this text argue that grace actively preserved him?
Well, it goes much deeper than just survival or luck. To understand the mechanism, the author actually points to the ancient Hebrew word for grace, which is chen.
10. Okay.
Right? And it translates to God's gracious favor. But the really crucial distinction this text makes is that chen is not a passive status at all. It's an active, exerting force.
So it's not just a protective bubble or something?
No, not at all. It actually works on your mind to help you think the right thoughts, and it guides your heart's decision-making process.
Wait, so it's essentially a software upgrade for your natural operating system?
Think of it exactly like that. The text claims this divine influence is actively exerted upon your life to ensure success. It's a force that pushes you beyond your baseline human intelligence.
Just to keep you from making grave errors.
Exactly. It pushes you past what you could figure out on your own.
Wow. I mean, think about the last time you had to make a massive split-second decision under intense pressure.
It's terrifying.
It really is. Usually you're relying entirely on your own gut, your own training, your own human ingenuity. But this worldview fundamentally rejects relying solely on that baseline.
Yeah. And that's the core takeaway here. Whether you study theology or you're just fascinated by human belief systems, this text outlines a pretty wild expectation.
An expectation of outcomes that literally exceed your natural capacity.
Right. The premise is that heaven's influence is directly steering your steps. It's essentially rewriting the code of your decision-making in real time.
Okay, here's what I want to leave you with today. We've explored this ancient recipe of grace, mercy, and peace.
And how this text presents grace as that active operating system upgrade.
Exactly. One that completely bypasses your natural limitations. But if this worldview holds that grace actively influences your mind to make the right decisions in the heat of the moment, how do you actually tell the difference?
That is the big question.
Right. When the pressure is on and you narrowly avoid disaster, is it your own quick-thinking human ingenuity saving you, or is it the recipe kicking in?
We trust you were blessed by this episode. To gain unlimited access to Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris, please download the Rhapsody app using the link myapp.rhapsodyofrealities.org. God bless you.